So, good morning, this Saturday morning. My name is Randy Weingarten. I am here with Andrew Spar, who is the president of FEA, the Florida Education Association, and with the indefatigable, yes, I know that is an SAT word, Terry Brady, the president of, you notice the shirts we're wearing, the Duval Federation, the Duval Teachers Union, excuse me. And ultimately, this is our first stop on the Back to School for Everyone campaign. As we said last May, or in the last couple of months, I think it was May, we need to be back to school 5 days a week for everyone. Yes, Delta has now thrown us a curveball, and we're wearing our masks again. But the first step on this campaign, which is like a Get Out the Vote campaign, was in Duval with Terry at her building reps meeting. There are 250 building reps that are here today, all with their masks, all physically distanced, all with the screening. But I am so proud of what the Duval local is doing in terms of not only getting back to school, not only dealing with all the disruptions and all the interruptions of last year, but really coming together to try to create for our children a joyous and a welcome and a safe environment. And so I want Terry and Andrew to talk about what people are doing in Florida. You often hear in Florida about all the division and about what Ron DeSantis is saying. But on the ground, our members are doing what they can to help kids thrive and to create the supportive environments that teachers need and parents need for our kids to thrive. So I'm turning it over to Andrew and Terry to talk about what they're doing in Duval and in other places in Florida.
Thanks, Randy, and thanks for being here in Florida. Obviously, we have a massive COVID outbreak happening right now with the Delta variant here in Florida, and so we are taking all kinds of precautions. You know, every educator in this state thought they were coming back this year to really have an exciting, more normal school year. And of course, with the Delta variant, we are seeing once again that this will not be as normal a school year as we hope. But we've got to keep the learning going, and we've got to figure out how we do it in a safe and reasonable way, which is why we're so excited that AFT really helped lead in the work in making sure federal dollars were sent down to school districts. Unfortunately, here in the state of Florida, our governor is blocking those dollars. He's holding on to them, literally billions of dollars.
$7 billion.
$7 billion.
$7 billion Florida schools got from the Biden rescue plan.
And the governor's holding it. And that's what's concerning. He's actually holding a lot more than that because he's holding round 2 as well as round 3. And so that's a real problem for us because schools don't have the resources they need right now to make sure we have our sanitizing of schools, that we're keeping our schools clean, that we have the PPE that we need. And of course, we heard the governor say last week, or just the other day rather, that he is not going to allow mask mandates in the school. So it's really concerning. But Terry is doing an amazing job with her building reps, and they are working really hard to make sure. And in fact, Terry may want to talk about the fact that there's actually 4 employees here in Duval County who just lost their battle to COVID.
We have lost in the last 7 days. We've had 4 of our employees in the district have passed away because of COVID, all under the age of 40. And we have 16 current active building reps that have the Delta virus, and out of the 16, 9 have been vaccinated and they still have it, and 11 have been quarantined. But I will tell you, just like Andrew and Randy said, we in Duval were grateful for the monies coming in from the Emergency Care Act because we were able to expand our summer school program that just ended last week. We usually have 7,000 students involved. This year we had 24,000 plus students involved in enrichment and catch-up, just so they could make up those learning gains that they did not achieve last year or year before last. So that's a great kudos.
That's great.
Starting this year, our teachers go back next week. We will have testing sites and vaccine sites in every single high school in Duval County and every middle school in Duval County for not only the employees, but for every student who has their permission slip and for every student's family members who wish to have a vaccine taken. We are not ending this fight. This fight is going to be ongoing. We're going to not only give them the health protection that they need through our negotiated special COVID insurance plan so out-of-pocket expenses doesn't bankrupt our families, But we are going to turn around and not stop learning for our students, and we are not going to stop what this union's about, and that's about caring for each other. That's what we stand for. That's what you stand for, Randy, and that's what Andrew and FEA stands for. With one united voice, we will win this battle.
Together, we can accomplish what's impossible to do alone, and that is why we are all in terms of back to school. We know our kids need to be in school, but it has to be safe and it has to be welcoming, and I just can't thank you enough for the work. You know, Terry had the superintendent here today. She had 250 building reps here today. And the fact that there are those kind of testing centers and vaccine centers, because look, we still know that vaccines are the most important way, the best tool we have to deal with COVID, to deal with Delta. So if you can, get a vaccine, and ultimately we're going to wear our masks again. We're going to keep everybody safe, but I just can't say thank you enough for the work that our members have done and that you have done to this year, to navigate this whole year. You were out there, Terry, you were out there every single day navigating this year, and I